Howdy, Dan Williams here with SurviveOutdoors.com. Let you know we've been around about 20 years. We do wilderness medicine presentations and we focus on safety in the outdoors. We target hunters, fishermen, hikers, campers, outdoor photography, and trying to keep you safe. So check out our website at SurviveOutdoors.com. Today, I've actually fielded quite a few questions on what kind of knives I use and what do I prefer in the outdoors. I am not a knife expert. I'm a wilderness medicine expert, but I'm going to show you what I have and what I like, and what I put away and what I'm not using anymore. So I bought this little guy. This is a Bark River. Now Bark River, and I can't think of the guy's name who started the company, was down in Effingham, Illinois, and he moved up to Escanaba, Michigan, and now their company is up north. But he originally was almost down where I was from. I'm from extreme southern Illinois, born and raised. And this company, I'm telling you, it is an amazing knife company. The quality, the sharpness of these knives. This I use quite a bit for just cooking and cleaning some small game. And actually it's a very handy, nifty little knife with a deer antler handle, and I just really like that knife. I still use it. One of my everyday carries, I was not a Swiss Army knife fan at all. When you grow up with a U.S. Marine Corps father and an outdoorsman for years, they really look down on Swiss Army. However, over the last few years, I've started to re-look at them a little differently. This is the Climber edition, and I really like it. You can order these little clips, which come in really handy for your pocket. And the only problem with the clip is that in order to get out the forceps, you have to take the eyeglass screwdriver, and you have to come in and pull out the forceps. And I put that back in, and then I have the tweezers. So that's one of the only dilemmas with that clip. But other than that, this glows in the dark. It's really handy, and I carry it with me every day for right now. That's one of my everyday carries. This is an ESEE, almost like a little paring knife. Really handy, a little heavy, but it works really, really well. Made in the USA, and ESEE, I don't need to say much more about that company. Their knives are supreme. I have never heard any disappointments with their knives. Very good quality knife. I actually made a neck lanyard for that one, so it was right around my chest and it's easy to grab. This is my other everyday carry. Again, another Swiss Army. And what's nice about this knife is the Ranger series. You can open it with one hand. It has a lock blade, which is really nice. Now the thing with Swiss Army knives, yeah, they're stainless steel. They don't hold the best edge in the world. And your knife experts out there will agree. And this one also has the scallop blade at the front of it. And you're going to have quite a few people that have negative reviews on that. However, what I got for $7 is a Smith's sharpener. I keep it on my keychain, and it has almost like a chainsaw diamond sharpener on there. And what you can do is you can actually go through each scallop and shave down the burrs. And you can go through each one. You take your time, do like 5 passes, and then you can take a knife sharpener. This is really nice. I carry this in my pack. It has a leather strap on the top. It has a sharpening stone, fine, and a gritty one on one side. And then you can take the smooth side and you can run it on this leather strap. And that should be able to get your burrs off there fairly well. Again, you're in the outdoors. I mean, this is something that's not your best sharpener by any stretch of the imagination, but it'll get you by when you're out in the woods. This particular Ranger has the Phillips, and that's really why I carry it. I have used that, and that comes in handy as opposed to the Climber, which has the cork screw. And this is a Phobos, and this is a Tier 1, made in the USA. It is, and this is my everyday carry when I'm out in the woods, whether I'm hunting or camping. This is definitely the one that I've just recently gone to. It's an amazing knife, and there's a Chris Tanner actually developed and designed one of these other knives down here, and I'm going to want you to really check out his video on Prepared Mind 101 on YouTube. He'll talk about the Phobos, and he does a great review of how awesome this knife is. Some of the benefits is the weight, the nice grip area up top where you can put pressure on the blade, and even down below it has this notch where you can do some fine feathering, and you have really good control over this blade. A veteran, I think 18 years in the service, came up with this company, and he did a fantastic job on designing this knife. Put in a lot of thought into this knife. So personally, I really think this is the perfect camping knife. The blade on this is about 4 inches, I believe. Let's see. It's about 4 inches, definitely a little over. They make a Tier 2 with a 6-inch blade. I have never really had a good use for a 6-inch blade for an everyday or for even cleaning deer. This would be sufficient. So the Phobos, I can't say enough good things about this knife. For a cheap everyday knife that you can beat the hell out of, this is the BPS knife. It's made in Ukraine. And you can get these on Amazon for, I believe, less than 30 bucks. I don't really like the weight a whole lot on the knife, but this knife here, so you beat it up, so you break it. It's less than 30 bucks. You can't go wrong for a knife that you want to just, teach a child, teach an adolescent, teenager on how to use a knife. This would definitely be something that you can start teaching a child good knife etiquette and lessons without concern about them really damaging it. This knife is retired. This knife has a lot of emotion behind it. This is the Buck 119. I think this knife here is probably over 45 years old. So this was my father's knife. I've personally killed over 60 deer, white-tailed deer. My dad probably killed over 40. This was his go-to knife. I always joked as I got older, this was his Sigmund Freud knife. He was compensating for something, because this knife is, in my opinion, too large. I wouldn't want a knife this large to butcher deer with, but he loved it, and I won't use it anymore. He's since gone, and this will just stay in the house in the safe. Another Bark River knife. This is the Bark River Fox River edition. Another great knife. I mean, all around balance. The edge on this knife, if you buy a Bark River knife, I'm here to tell you, they are extremely sharp. They will easily shave you right out of the box. As you can see, every single one is like that. I have never been disappointed with the Bark River blade, and they're just an outstanding company. When they stand behind their knives, and their quality is amazing. Full tang, has 2 holes back here for a lanyard if you would like. This was my knife for years and years and years, and I've just recently retired it to go with the Phobos. This is a Russel belt knife made from Canada, Nova Scotia. And as you can see, this knife is really worn. used this for quite a long time for gaming, fishing, hunting, and you see the shape of that blade, and that's really made like that for skinning, and it works really, really well. You can see the leather sheath that came with is quite worn. Carry that around my neck, and I've used this for probably, I don't know, 35 years. And then what they did, they've had so much success up there. This is a Groman, also made in Canada, and it's from the same company, but if you look at the blade shape, it's very similar. They made a folder, and it's a very nice little folder. It's lightweight, and it's just a nice overall blade. So here we go to the largest one. This is a chopper. This is a massive blade. This is the final run. This is the JX series CPM 3V Bark River. And the steel is amazing, and Chris Tanner from Prepared Mind 101 designed this knife. He's been on YouTube for I think 5 years, and he does one hell of a job. He has a and I get nothing from that man, I'm here to tell you. I'm promoting this because it's a very good quality blade. I'm going to do another video down the road on these blades, excuse me, and so I can show you how this chops. You could even actually feather with this knife. You can do some close work, believe it or not. It's heavy. The one thing I really don't care for a whole lot is the handle. It's a little slick, and this blade is so sharp. I may want something a little more grippy. I may run some duct tape over it just to give me more confidence when I'm holding it so it doesn't fly out of my hand. So that is the Bark River JX, and it's a great chopper blade. So those are the knives that survived. These are the main knives that I use. But like I say, down the road we're going to do one where we're have these knives in actual action, excuse me, to show you how they work and how they cut. If you have any questions, write them down in the comments below. That'd be great. Any suggestions for knives you prefer, that would be awesome also. Till the next time, keep your eyes on the horizon, your face to the wind.